so far failed to destroy its main enemies, Hamas, which despite suffering devastating losses is framing the Gaza ceasefire agreement as a victory for itself and a failure for Israel. Soon after a ceasefire came into effect on Sunday, masked gunmen emerged in vehicles roaming the devastated city of Gaza in celebration. Members of an elite unit wore their full uniform at Al Saraya Square in Gaza City during the hostage transfer. It was Hamas' reminder that its armed wings still here 15 months after Israel set out to destroy them. One of Hamas' main goals for taking some 250 hostages during its brazen October 7, 2023 attack on Israel has to secure the release of Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails. As Israel pounded Gaza in response, Hamas vowed not to return the hostages until Israel withdrew its forces from the enclave, permanently ended the war, and allowed for rebuilding. After more than a year of fighting, Hamas and Israel in recent days reached a phased agreement that will set the release of hostages in exchange for Palestinian prisoners, in addition to a 42-day ceasefire and the entry of aid. The deal also opens the door for further negotiations that could lead a full-scale Israeli withdrawal from Gaza and a permanent ceasefire. The agreement achieves all these conditions. The resistance has achieved what the Palestinian people want, Hamas senior political member Osama Hamdan told to the Al Jazeera, and after the deal was reached, Khalil also said, who is also the main negotiator, in the speech on Wednesday that Israel had failed to achieve its war goal and praised Hamas' armed wing Al-Qassam brigades, whose spokesperson Abu Obaida commended that the war in Gaza as an inspiration for generations to come. Israel's main goal of the conflict was to eliminate Hamas. Some Israeli ministers, lawmakers, and even a small minority of hostage families view the acceptance of a deal as an Israeli defeat. Far-right member Itamar Ben-Gvir and his party resigned from the government and Knesset parliament, calling the truce a surrender. Fellow right-winger Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich called it catastrophic, and a group of army reservists labeled it the surrender deal. When you see the dancing in Gaza, the celebration in villages in Judea and Samaria, you understand which side surrendered in the deal. Ben-Gvir said in the statement on Thursday, Judea and Samaria is what Israel calls the West Bank. Most in Israel are welcoming in the agreement, that is, including the majority of hostages' family, Israel President Isaac Herzog, and the political